I've been playing in the New World a lot recently. I don't even know why, it's just kind of happened like that. But keeping in that tradition, we're gonna play, you guessed it, more New World stuff. A little bit different this time though, we got the third Odyssey mod. As of recording, this came out like yesterday, and I did play maybe an hour of the open beta. Really cool mod, I think you guys are gonna like it. So what is this mod exactly? Imagine Byzantium, except not dying, and instead moving over to the west. The mod is really narratively focused. There are a lot of words, a lot of events. I'm not gonna read all of them, but if you want to, I suggest you pause the video. Now, to give a rundown, things are not looking too hot for Byzantium, that's pretty obvious. So we're just gonna like take our boats, make them into cooler boats that can go across the ocean, and then we're just heading out. Okay, we're gonna bring some books and advisors, cool. Okay, we get a new heir with a 543. Now comes the first actual choice, who are we going to sell our southern provinces to? I think, given the possibilities, we're probably going to sell it to Venice. It's gonna give us a light ship and some development when we land. Now you can see we have 450 nuggets on us, and if we decide to bring some interesting things other than just supplies, then it should give us a couple of really nice permanent bonuses. Like for example, we can get trade efficiency, we can get idea cost, we can get the Greek fire, which honestly, I don't really think they were able to do that, but I mean, okay. And then the captains would be nice, I don't really know if we really want that. Supply status is abysmal. We can just leave the Venetians, that's fine. And finally, we get to decide who is going to stay behind and who's going to come with us. You can bring Skanderbeg or Orhan. I know this actually does have some kind of ramifications outside of just getting a general or a decent advisor, but I am a little interested to see what Skanderbeg gives us. Okay, so Portugal kind of wants to know where we're going a little bit. They could be useful, maybe, or they could colonize right next to us pretty early and that would suck. So we have two options. We can either tell them, hey, we're about to die, don't go out here, or we could just tell them the truth. And you know what? We'll just tell them the truth this time. We could lose a settler ship, or our heir becomes a little bit worse. Thing is, you know, he's not all that young. Kind of a tough choice. Actually, no, we'll just lose a settler ship. It's probably fine. All right, everyone gets tuberculosis. Fantastic. Current emperor dies. Heir replaces him, and yeah, okay, never mind. I was gonna boost stability once. That's not happening. And we get a new heir, a 543. Not bad. And here we are. Which leads to the sponsor for this video, Rise of Kingdoms. Rise of Kingdoms is an epic cross-platform strategy game that takes players on an immersive journey through various historical eras. In Rise of Kingdoms, you can choose from 14 historical civilizations that have truly existed, including the newest one, Greece. Famous generals and unique military units from different civilizations will obey your every command as you build your own legions on the battlefield. The Greece civilization, featuring exclusive commanders and special units, Argyrospides, will add a new level of excitement to the game. To celebrate Greece joining the battlefield, Civilization Clash event will be held, allowing players to compete for their own civilizations. There are tons of exciting features for you to find in Rise of Kingdoms, including seamless world maps, customizable architecture, and so on. Download Rise of Kingdoms now by clicking the first link in the description or pinned comment, or scanning the QR code on screen. Participate in the new event by clicking the second link in the description, rok.games, with a chance to win prizes including Apple Vision Pro, PS5, and a Switch OLED. Also, for new players, make sure to redeem the promo code GREASE4ROK for 20 silver keys. The code will only be available within the first 3 days. Now let's get back to the video. We're kind of a shadow of our former selves, and even then, we're not looking too hot. But at least we're alive, in Elysia, and we can rebuild. Okay, yeah, maybe we should have taken a couple more supplies. We'll be okay, probably. We've made first contact, but not really with the people who are around us. We've made contact with actually the Vinlanders. Yeah, looks like we're going to have to fix our administrative burden. Yeah, there are so many missions. And until we complete a true nation, which is this mission over here, we're gonna get a couple of penalties for this number being too high. Ah yes, the ancient Roman tradition of calling everyone that isn't you a barbarian. Seems in this case, we're actually really going to need them. Because guess what? We don't have a lot of population. And yeah, not having a lot of supplies makes things pretty bad. A 250 global settler increase is already halved, because I kind of took too many things. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to make a couple of friends around here if we want to survive. So in that case, how about we go with the trading policy? Actually, never mind, I think we have to go with coexistence. Alright, let's start expanding then. As for the ships, I think it's probably a decent idea to actually keep them. Especially the flagship, which has seen better days. Alright, new lands, old faith. It's been long enough that we can re-establish the clergy. And we get 50 Patriarch Authority, which is pretty cool. Looks like we can't actually use any of it, but it's there. Now for the clergy, we're gonna grab Clerical Inwards Focus. They're exempt from Seized Land, but it also gives us a monthly reduction in administrative burden, which could be kind of helpful. Wonderful, love these vanilla events right as I, kind of broke. That's great. All right, should we build a church? It's kind of expensive, 80 ducats. We might have to take out loans if we do that. And again, if we pay for it, we could consider the church in our debt, and that could be useful. Okay, yeah, sure, fine. As long as we don't go bankrupt or anything. Oh yay, religious wars. That'll be pretty cool. So we have the Pothonists and the Orthodox communities. I don't know how to work with this. Seems for now there's nothing we can really do. Oh yeah, this is what's increasing our colony costs. Oh, yeah, what do you know? Really don't have a lot of admin power, really don't have a lot of manpower, but I guess we should probably fix this, yeah. Increases the cost of expanding the bureaucracy by 25 admin. Bro, how am I supposed to improve this then? Yeah, alright, whatever. I guess we should probably focus on admin. Alright, we've reduced it to 21. Better than nothing. Alright, Varangian colonies, what do you have? We could get prestige till the end of the game. Okay. We could get ship cost for the end of the game. I'm thinking ship cost might actually be important. Do I care about prestige? Only kind of, not really. Okay, so we're done with this colony. Culture becomes Greek, religion changes to Eastern Orthodox. Okay, come on, there's no way the dude dies already. It's been like 4 years, come on, man. I'm starting to think maybe we shouldn't have brought so much stuff with us. I'm gonna have to take loans and they're 11 ducats. This sucks. I'm gonna keep trying to fix this bureaucracy. Clearly it's a problem. But at the same time, I kind of want to raise the tax just a little bit. It's just like a little bit of tax. It's probably fine. Hey, listen, it's probably better than taking out loans. Oh, come on, another stability loss. Can I really afford all that? We could anger either side. Yeah, let's try not to do that. Well, let's just take the stability hit. The things I do for this country. Roman Renaissance, perfect. Alright, if you know where the Renaissance came from, this kind of makes sense. In Renaissance in the capital and in all provinces that have at least 10 dev. I mean, what provinces are gonna have at least 10 dev? We can't dev anything. Because we don't have the Renaissance. Whatever. The Haudenosaunee have unified, otherwise known as the Iroquois. We could respond aggressively, gives us diplo and military power. However, having them as a friend might be a little bit better. Okay, the Great Peacemaker's offer. We're gonna say it's a chicken of peace, I guess. Sure, why not? There we go, more friends. Not really sure what the long-term goal is here, but maybe we can just kind of like integrate them into the Empire at some point. I don't know. Anyway, let's try to not have religious wars. I know there are some interesting things you can do with this, but kind of want to know what happens if you just avoid the problem entirely. Oh, look at that. We've tamed the land. Perfect. We get grain in Elysia. I kind of expected more, but oh well. We enable the Dynatoy estate, and we will resume silk production in a year. Okay, we could promise the nobility that they get more land. I just think that's a terrible idea. Every time we get a colony, it gives them 20% of the dev and land share. Yeah, no thank you. That sounds awful, actually. Anyways, let's colonize over here. There we go. Silk production in the capital. Apparently it's not very good, but it's better than nothing. Oh, there goes the guy. The one who is trying to spread Clephanism. Okay, fine. We'll anger the Orthodox Christians a little bit, alright? Let's organize a state funeral. Alright, let's go ahead and curtail those privileges because your boy needs money. We are super broke right now. Okay, we could anger people. Fun, love that. How about we don't? How about we reduce that religious war progress again? Yeah, also we could take the mill tech, but god is that so expensive. We have exiled, plus we have low supplies. 900 to take the next tech, but really, what else are we gonna spend it on? I can't dev, so like, that's just life, I guess. Okay, that's another colony done. But we slap down this last one, and then we'll have to figure out a way to deal with Powhatan. And, that certainly is an heir, wow, right. That is one of the heirs of all time. Okay, we're going to have to disinherit you, that sucks. Clephanis refused to pay taxes. Bro, do you realize how broke we are? Alright, listen man, we cannot afford to let you get away without these taxes, alright? We are simply too broke. So, you can have a little bit of local unrest. It'll anger them a little bit, but it's not really gonna change the overall opinion, which is good. We have a tiny bit of leeway. It's just like, if this happens again, that's gonna be pretty bad. Speaking of which, it's happening again. Fantastic. We're going to increase the monthly disaster progress, but we're gonna change the overall progress by a little bit. Now it seems there's really no problem with us selling some titles and then taking them back. We could definitely use the money. We can expend the crown's resources. Wow, this province, it's really kind of a problem. Plathanist assembly is causing a whole lot of issues for us. And yet, they're still our subjects, so we shall help them. Plathanists flee religious violence. We haven't even done anything. Oh, church persecution, never mind. Public violence, okay, never mind. We're gonna lose 200 population. Oh, that's pretty bad. Well, better than the religious wars, probably. I have no idea. Oh yeah, you know what we should do? Probably bump stability up by 1. It's a decent idea. So we can finish this mission to get the merchant guilds, which we can use for better loans. Not that I'm really taking loans yet, but let's be honest, I probably will. I think it would be okay to give them some economic freedom, just a little bit as a treat, you know. The Albanian question. Right. Albanians, they're with us, with Skanderbeg. So we can basically just like send them south, say, have fun, good luck with that. We could just move them into New Alexandria. We could put them on the frontier, right here. Or we could make them into a vassal and release them. That might not be a bad idea. Just have someone else colonize for us, cool. And of course, as a vassal, they will be paying us some money we can put on scutage. And that money is really helpful for us because of how broke we are. Okay, once again, let's not have religious wars. Don't worry, we'll fix everything in like another 7 years. Certainly is testing my patience though. All power costs plus 10%. Love that. And we're done in Evos. Perfect. Okay, now let's kindly ask if they'd like to move. But before we do that, we should probably improve relations, otherwise we'll lose 50 Diplo power, and I'd prefer not to. We don't really have a lot to give them. Okay, how about we offer an alliance, and then we'll ask you to move. They said yes, fantastic. Do we actually get the province? We do. Even better. Okay, we've expanded our lands, getting some prestige, admin, and Diplo, very nice. We've secured the bay, giving us more admin, a little bit more base production, and some other things, very nice. Now we just need to establish a militia, get a lot more money, and do something. We can begin the construction of the Abyllesian paths. Okay. Plathanists expand autonomous settlements. That's okay, I don't care that much. Formation of the Barbaroi councils, right? Because we do have quite a lot of land that is mostly settled by non-Greeks. Alright, let's strike a deal. We prevent the emigration of tribal development, but we can give them ancestral land recognition, which is cool, I guess. So I'm seeing some stuff about cultural assimilation. I don't really know how that whole thing works out. Do they eventually change to Greek culture? Is that what's going on? I don't really know. Okay, basically, we can let everyone keep their culture. They assimilate faster. They also have more autonomy and also give us more stuff. Okay, we'll go with this then, since, you know, they don't really like us very much. And on top of that, it would be a decent idea to grab Divide et Impera. Make them resent each other rather than us. And that should make them a little bit easier to control, even if we give them a lot of power. So on top of that, we could even give them open offices. It makes everyone else a little bit upset. That's really not so bad since we've been balancing the estates against each other. Gives faster integration and also faster cultural assimilation, so I guess so. New Air 653, let's go. I don't know what I would have done if I had another like 003 air. Clearly, we need a lot more points than everybody else. Alright, the Orthodox Zealots are taking to the street. Kind of not great. But again, we don't want to anger anybody, so we're just going to decrease the progress. We're so close, it's just another 5 years. So the Orthodox farmers are upset at the Plathanists, and the Plathanists are blaming it on the locals. How much do you guys like us? Oh, they like us a lot. Okay, we're fine. More Orthodox Zealots. Alright, well, let's just try not to cause a war. Somehow we've managed to keep both communities positive towards us, so, you know, let's try to keep it that way. Now we can pick up the first idea group. I wonder if the ideas have actually changed at all. Right, we also have our own exiled Roman ideas, which kinda seem pretty solid actually. Fort defense, idea costs, morale of armies, colonist, diplomat, merchant, heavy ship combat ability, national unrest, and admin efficiency. Sheesh. Looks like they kind of have changed a little bit. I don't know what, just seems a little different. Can't quite put my finger on it. Hey, look at that. No more religious wars. And also we have no more oil. That's fine. Okay, we get to choose. Are we going to go with Hellenic, or do we go with Eastern Orthodoxy still? Either way, kind of looks like we're going with religious tolerance, but we're gonna stay Eastern Orthodox. Beautiful. Look at that 3 stability. Looks like there's hope for us yet. All right, idea number 1 gives us a colonist, but I think we also end up losing the other colonists, so who knows? Militia's done, giving us a unique ability that gives us a little bit of manpower whenever we build a castle. Not that great, but I like unique mechanics. Okay, not a decision I think I'll usually take, But if it's a couple more years, I think we could probably empower the estates. First, I'm going to sell some titles because I want that loyalty. Then I'm going to go ahead and I guess we have to be friends with this guy. That's cool. Do that. Finish this mission. It's going to cost us quite a couple of points, but that's okay because then we get a colonial boom for 25 years. And these provinces have aqueducts, which gives them local settler increase. Now, with that in mind, how about we colonize this province right here? Albanians expand into new lands. That's totally okay with us. Oh yeah, aren't you two supposed to like fight or something? I thought you guys hated each other. Yeah, you do. So like, go on, go war or something. I'd be much happier allied to someone who's stronger. Oh, what do you know? Okay, let's empower the estates. That's a lot of influence, but it's only for like 10 years, alright? It's fine. We want to get this administrative burden as low as possible. Ideally, 0. But I'm pretty sure anything below 10 is okay. Okay, yeah, looks like Helluland is winning. I wonder how much of that is probably because they're allied with us. I mean, look at that tech. That's Miltech 5. There's no way they got that by themselves, right? Probably from the trade deal, I imagine. Yeah, let's just continue the deal, that's okay. The Grand Cothon. We could make a new harbor district with this thing. To do that, it's gonna cost us... yep, we can't do that. Costs an additional 400 ducats and takes 5 years. Yeah, never mind. The expedition of Belisarios Palaiologos. You want to do what? Alright, well, yeah, sure, that's fine. I mean, we can't guarantee he's gonna survive. Like, we're not gonna give him anything, but good luck. Ah, I see. We could decide to play as Spartacan right here. Yeah, good luck with that. Seems kind of like a hard start, but they got tech, so they're probably fine. The Atlantic Island. With our new policies to encourage the exploration of the world, some of our explorers reported spotting a small island in the Atlantic. Oh, that's nice. We have a little country here. Mikra Crete, which is probably like Crete, like the island, but like a different Crete. New Crete? I don't know. I remember when we lost the ship at the beginning? Turns out they're not really lost. They're right here. They managed to land on the only island in the entire Atlantic that would have been on the course. Alright, well, we could make them a vassal. We could let them be independent. I mean, a vassal's not a bad idea. Actually, I kind of like that idea, yeah. We'll just have to give the nobility drawing at duchies. Okay, administrative burden is pretty low down there. I think we could probably raise an emergency tax. Yeah, we haven't empowered estates for another 6 years, and they've already done this much for us, so this is probably okay. Now, we can use that money on embracing the Renaissance, which gives us the ability to develop, finally. Ooh, Cecil. Discover the Bashaim Channel, and a bunch of other stuff. So the Caribbean then. Or sorry, my bad, the Cycladian Isles. Alright then. As far as institutions go, it looks like Vinland is also getting the institution. Interesting. So there actually is Vinland content, huh? What do you know? I thought those guys didn't have anything. Okay, this seems important. Council of Odessos. Alrighty then. Okay, Elysian Orthodox. We get Patriarch Authority, which is good because I've kind of been destroying that a lot. And it enables dispatch missionaries. Okay, so we're gonna try and convert the people around us, I think. Yeah, Christians sure did a lot of that. Okay then, well, let's see what we can do. Missionaries are successful. They've returned from Tuscarora. Okay, and what did they do? Did they convert you? They did. Ooh. Hey, that actually seems pretty good. Now, looks like we don't have that much left to colonize, or at least not a lot of stuff that actually has aqueducts still. So, let's see what we can do over here. It'll take about 2 years. Oh, okay. Probably should have started that earlier. Okay, well in that case, I think we could probably vassalize somebody. Like, how about you? You want to be a vassal? Not quite, but if we get more favors, then yes. Okay, perfect. The administrative burden is back down to 0. We lose quite a lot, actually. Alright, how about we see some land, then? Ooh, new champion of the joust. I wasn't aware we were doing jousts in the New World, but okay. Of course, I'll take that. Oh, hell yeah. 18 points, not bad. Okay, now this is a good idea. Each colony starts with 200 settlers, and we get settler chance. The Portuguese, right. We did tell them that, you know, right. Could give the Portuguese a small enclave. Is that a good idea? Okay, you know what? We're gonna say yes for now, because I would like more money. I'm completely in the dark here. I have absolutely no idea if this is going to ruin us. Being friends with Portugal might be a decent idea, but like, not everyone who's been friends with Portugal has had a great time from that. We could do some alchemy. You know what? Yeah, sure, why not? See if it works out. Go ahead, have fun. Oh, never mind. Dude didn't even get to finish. Tragic. Oh, nice. Free stability. Oh, I didn't even actually notice. To finish this mission, we don't need to own these provinces. we need to have a zone of control projected into each of these provinces, which is actually quite a lot of forts. We really don't have the money for that. Spartans no longer. Wait, what happened? Are you guys dead? No, you're not dead. Oh no, you just formed a new country. Wait, you get new missions? You guys have missions? Okay, clearly I have to revisit this mod at some point. Hey, we're no longer a stranded religion. Beautiful. Means we can actually convert stuff. 144. You know, technically average, but yeah, I don't think so. Treaty of Lanthanopolis. They've explored and mapped the coastline to the great continent to the south. Okay. We could sign a treaty which would restrict Portuguese settlement to that continent and bar them from the Cyclades. Obviously, that would be reciprocated, but that's kind of dumb. No longer able to send colonists to the southern continent of Arcadia. You know what? I think this is actually useful for us. I'm assuming Arcadia is the entirety of South America, and if they can't have Cycladia either, that could be useful. Oh, it means we can't settle in Arcadia, and they cannot settle in Elysium or the Cycladian Isles. You know what? That actually is really helpful. I don't want to have to kill the Portuguese. This is helpful. Alright, new idea group. What are we looking for? Probably some kind of Diplo idea, since we are right on time for Diplotech. Trade wouldn't be a bad idea. Combined with development, it gives you settler chance. Plus, we do have an end node, so whatever additional trade power we get, we just kind of steal money from people. Yeah, sure. Oh, we can also vassalize this guy. Perfect. But we dispatch some missionaries over here. Beautiful. Let's see if we can ally you. Okay, that's Roman diplomacy. Man, I feel so bad not reading these missions. Someone spent time writing all this stuff out, only for like 90% of people to not read it. There you go, pause the video and read it if you want. But we get a 75% cheaper level 3 diplomat. And this, yeah, it just seems like a bit of an issue. I just don't have that much money for forts. What are these guys gonna do, build their own forts? Nah. Alright, let's raise that emergency tax, since it's pretty much just free money at this point. And we do have to build a couple of buildings. I've been a little bit busy building buildings outside of places that they need to be. Kind of a bad idea. We do need 2 more buildings in Elysia, so I think we'll put in a workshop in here. Wait, really? We get admin burden? Building a building? That kind of sucks. Oh well, that's life, I guess. Okay, in here, I guess I will put barracks. Alright, we finished our infrastructure projects. Not bad. Oh, we get expand infrastructure cost modifier minus 200% until we finish a true nation, which should be coming up pretty soon. Okay, cool. Now we could complete the mission. However, I did just take, you know, a little bit of emergency tax. So the burden is, you know, kind of sitting there for a little while. So in that case, we're probably just going to let that tick down, at least to the point where we don't get any more corruption, and then we'll do that. Barbarian allies, I mean, yes? Okay. Culture and ecos changes, right, because we've assimilated them, but they're not exactly Roman, but not exactly not Roman? I don't know. Both inclusive citizenship and open offices now allow Simachoi to assimilate into local Roman culture, okay. So we have Simachoi, okay, which is the Romanized version. Okay, I see. Might want to adjust a few things like open office. Yeah, let's remove that. We could get the development zones, but I don't think that's really worth that much. Citizenship for service is interesting. Increased manpower, a little bit less discipline, but that's alright. That also increases the assimilation modifier. Okay, I think I'm starting to kind of get a grasp on things. So we settle provinces, the local culture will eventually assimilate into Simachoi. And then Simachoi will eventually assimilate into Greek, I guess? Yes. Interesting. Anyway, if we want to complete the pathway, we're going to have to keep on going this direction. You know what, actually, I kind of want to build the Grand Chthon. I don't know what this does, but it seems kind of interesting. Wait a second, how do you have a church if you're a tribe? How does that work exactly? Did they just like change all the tribes to have access to buildings? Yes, apparently, okay. All the tribes have access to regular building. That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, and then we have the direct kind of vassal relationship, the junior confederation members. Completely fair. If they decided to keep vanilla native mechanics in this game, it would break it way too much. You want my... Wait, what? Wait, you guys are actually fighting? Oh, right. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. Fine. Oh, you know what I could do? Just realizing I actually have a little bit of money. So I could put down 2 colonies at the same time. I don't really know where I would put them. Here, I guess. Oh, that's crazy. I'm actually, right. Because I'm at war, I'm gaining administrative burden. The whole time I thought I was decreasing it still. Oh, that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's why I don't want to be at war. Yes, please go ahead and finish this up quickly. Okay, good, we're done. Perfect. Newcomers to the harbor, okay. For the first time since the Portuguese ships first sailed out to find out what had become of us, ships have entered the harbors of Ivos bearing unfamiliar ringing. They do not speak Portuguese but greet us in heavily accented Greek. Interesting. Now we must be prepared to face the entirety of Europe flocking to our shore. Yeah, it had to happen sooner or later. Colonialism has been enabled. Okay, let's go ahead and sell some titles. And let's build those last 2 forts. Build one up here, and we can build one in our subject. Anyway, we are getting colonialism, which is good because, yeah, now that I think about it, without having the Portuguese here, it would be kind of hard for us to get colonialism. We'd be playing on hard mode without the Portuguese help. Oh, I'm so dumb. I thought the Grand Chthon would just build itself. No, it just allows us to build it. That's funny. Okay, so we can't get higher developed colonies, which is kind of fair. None of these really help us too much. Whatever, improved war taxes. You know what, I'm thinking maybe it's worth just taking the corruption. We can root out the corruption, it'll take a lot of money, but you know what, it's fine. Consequences of my own actions or something like that. Okay, Exiled Empire no longer, which is good because Exiled Empire was kind of like a big problem for us. We're now a senatorial empire. We now have a senate. We do. Roman Senate, it's even purple, okay. Now we can also do the Great Voyage. Pythias, a renowned explorer, will depart upon a journey to discover what has become of our ancestors' homeland. I am a little bit curious, I won't lie. I do kind of want to know. Found an Alexandrian library. Since we have books of knowledge, the construction is both cheaper and takes less time. Very nice. 200 ducats and 5 years. Oh, that's not that bad at all. Sure, why not? Now, as for the Crete in question, we can inherit them or we can allow them to colonize. Oh, okay, this is getting a little bit weird. We can allow them to colonize Cycladia. That's not even a bad idea. Now that I'm really thinking about it, it's just like, okay, we give you money, now colonize. They're even colonizing already. Okay, that's kind of cool. You know what? Go ahead, my guy. Absolutely. Have at it. I was going to annex them, but now that we have an alternative, in fact, we can even subsidize colonization. 2 ducats monthly? We can afford 2 ducats monthly, I think. Sure, why not? Now, I think it said there was an option to restrict their expansion. Yes, that's a good idea. You can expand in the Caribbean, or whatever it's called. And once they have the entire thing, maybe I'll annex them. The Guardian Statues of Seagate. Oh yeah, it would look kind of cool, wouldn't it? Boy, is that expensive. Let's not do that right now. How about we do that later? I think that's a better idea for later. New heir, please. Please don't give me these bad heirs. I have to get rid of you. Okay, we don't have colonialism or anything, but like, you know, we should probably get the next few techs. Stay up to date for now. Yeah, there we go. More paths are done. And colonialism has spawned. Oh yeah, you know, I could probably have just waited for colonialism to spawn and then take the institution. I mean, it spreads pretty quickly, yeah. Huh, right. Well, that's okay. Oh, hello there, Castile. Glad to have one run where Castile isn't so dead they can't colonize. I don't know if that's good for me, but hey, I'll take it over Aragon colonizing. But imagine this scenario, right? You're a Spanish explorer. You've just reached the New World, right? And one of the first people you encounter are the Romans. Not only that, but they've set up a kingdom and it's actually not doing half bad. That'd be kind of weird, right? You know, I was thinking about it. I think I'm gonna take out a little bit of debt just because I'm curious enough to build the Alexandrian library. It's still gonna take like 3 years to build, but the advisor cost, the institution spread, and paper in this province, really not that bad. Oh, also, we've changed our culture. We are now Romaic, interestingly enough. Makes a lot of sense. It's been like 70 years since we left Europe. 70 years is a long time for cultures to drift apart. Now we can do a what? Construct a hippodrome? Dude, all these custom events slap. I can't imagine how long it took to make all this stuff. This is crazy. Like, we're even just getting a random dude who has all power costs. This is like the only advisor I have ever seen outside of Enbinar that puts in this meticulous amount of detail into like a single country. Oh, and what do you know? We just get a second one. Cool. +2 Diplo rep. Why not? Okay, actually, the goods produced modifier, it is better, so I'll take that. Romaic culture in the Isles becomes Cycladian, of course. Of course it does, they just can't stop adding custom events into this game. This mod is just crazy. Yeah, they even changed the name. Now they're Cycladia. Congratulations. Okay. Custom colonial nations. 4 countries in the New World. Alright. I'm starting to think maybe I should have just kept that first heir. This is definitely the game punishing me. Alright, here we go again. Trading in Norse mead. Pardon? I know we had one unique trade good, but there are more? Huh. What do you know? Well, now I kind of want to play Vinland. These guys definitely have a lot more going on than I gave them credit for. But anyway, we are done with Parabellum. Gives us, oh yeah, sure, just give us a lot more advisors. Cool, that works. We'll just have like 6 half cost or more advisors. Well, anyway. Here he is. He's back. Pythias. How did that go? He would make a great advisor? Of course he would. You know what? Yeah, of course he would make a great advisor. You know, we don't have enough advisors. No, that's okay. He can be an explorer. That's fine. Okay, any country with Western tech has 150 opinion of us or is our subject, which is definitely true. Oh my god, what is happening? An event Old World Armies happens in 30 days, allowing us to adapt our army to the advancements in Europe. Okay. The penalties will be further lowered when we reach Miltech 16. Wait, do we have penalties? We do have penalties, and they suck a lot, actually. Okay, let's get rid of those. Everyone is saying Romans no longer, okay. What do men who have known nothing beyond Elysium care for the name Roman? You know what? That's pretty fair. They bring up a good point. So, we get to decide, are we going to abandon our Roman heritage or begin the invasion effort? And you know what? I think I'm probably going to go ahead and actually abandon our heritage. From the very moment that I have decided to integrate everybody around us and assimilate this continent into like a sort of neo-Roman kind of thing, I think we've changed a little bit too much, you know? Like, sure, eventually everyone will become, like, Romaic, but we're integrating people into Simitroi and then into Romaic, so, like, we've kind of given up the whole Roman thing already. So this disables begin the invasion, of course, but it's okay because eventually we can do an invasion anyway once the year 1600 passes. Alright, cool, that works. Alright, now to do this, we either need to complete Elysian hegemony, which would be kind of difficult, I think, to do by 1600. I get that it gives you a couple of options, but also, like, hegemony starting as an exiled country by the year 1600, it's definitely kind of harder to do, but yeah. I appreciate having options. But in any case, let's take a look at what happened to us in Europe. Okay, yeah, it's pretty much what I expected. At least make it a little interesting. I mean, yeah, the dude that I left behind, he didn't even, like, become Sultan. I don't think, at least. Maria, still a vassal of Venice, even though it's been like 70 years. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm thinking this is not a bad place if I wanted to end off a part 1 of a potential maybe series here. This mod is fantastic. No doubt about that. Definitely a lot of work put in here. And I would keep playing, except this is like the most natural stopping point we're ever gonna find. We just formed Elysium. We've decided our path forward. We've fixed like, a lot of the problems. Not like every problem, but a lot of them. We now have our first colonial subject in the Caribbean. The other powers are starting to colonize. We've seen all of Europe. So how about we end things off here for today? But for part 2. Alright, 3,000 likes would tell me that you guys definitely want to see it. To be honest myself, I kind of want to play it as well. So if we get 3,000 likes, we're both kind of winning here, okay? Anyway, for now, this is Corbett signing off. And as always, have a fantastic day. Big thank you as always to the patrons who get early access to these videos. Especially Baby Cal, Q, Brute, Quiet Guy, Torvalve, Robert Calano, Ambient, Cyan, James, Levy, Chewy Shoot, The Watcher, Brova, Robert, and Jamie. Your next video should be one of these.